Hey, it's me, Shepherd Tamer. Oh, hey, pressing all the buttons. How you doing? It's time to get on to the interiors of our starter base. This one behind us that we built in the last episode. So let's get on with it. So to start this interior, get rid of the floor. Obviously, you're not going to want a grass floor inside of your house. That just doesn't make any sense for this. You will have to replace your door, but don't worry about it. It's fine. So, what I normally do to make it make sense initially to me is I fill everything in with stone, and then we add things afterwards. So let's pop our door back on. Bam. Let's add our light again so that we can see, which we can pop just there, which isn't that much light. I need another light. I'll be back. So then on the floor, just break out a couple. Just randomly swing your pickaxe and see where it lands. And then grab your andesite and just fill in those holes. And what you'll get is a nice distribution of some added detailing into the floor. Now, before you make any interior on this bottom layer, what you're going to want to do is work out where your staircase is going, because it will create an impact on how you do your downstairs interior. Now, how I like to do my staircases is slightly different to most. I will add this in here, which is normal for most people. They'll normally fill this in and keep it quite plain. But what you can do to just spruce this up slightly is add some extra materials to just make it a little bit nicer. So we do that. There you go. Grab those back. Oh, not what I meant to do. Grab those and then pull this up. You just get a little bit more of a supported staircase. And if you really want, you can add another. Oh, I'm so good at this, guys. I'm so good at this. Add another one there. Just give it a little bit more feel. Or if you want something a little bit more sustained, then you pop it there. That's not going to be the right way, is it? Come on, Shep, you got this. You're a professional. There you go. Love trapdoors, but they're so finicky to put together. Now, down here, what you're going to want is to just throw some chests together in a place where you know where things are, but it doesn't look too put together, if you understand what I mean. So what you can do is have a trapdoor, have a slab underneath some stuff, just so it has sort of like a feeling where everything is in a place that is meant to be, but maybe that place isn't 100% secured, which is sort of the feeling of most medieval places. If you look at pictures of their interior, they're never 100% correct. Now, what you're going to notice is we're going to have to get rid of some of the extra stuff that we added in to make it look better for this next layer. So if you get rid of that one and you get rid of that one, it means that you can have a full roofing. But it doesn't look as good, does it? Well, luckily, what you can do is add them onto that part for there. And it just adds a little bit of detailing for it. On this one, unfortunately, you're just going to have to suffer with it. You could move it up a block, I guess, for the roofing, but it just adds enough space for you there. Now, if you're like me, you're going to want to make the most of as much space as possible. So then you add another staircase. If you carry it on from exactly where you had it before, then you know where things are going to hold up. The one thing with this is it uses up some of the window space, but don't fret about that, because it's not, these windows aren't as needed as you think. but it allows you to have a nice staircase that just goes right around the house. Now you could have your bedroom up here, you could have an enchantment room, anything you want in this space, but now you've separated all of it into different floors for everything. And in here, you can move a little bit more elevation to have your bed slightly higher and a few more closet spaces here. Make sure you don't keep doing what I'm doing, where I keep placing blocks so we can't move. But there you go. So your layers are now all separated for you to make some amazing interiors. So let's talk about interior design. So then, to make a little like living area, what I do is I make a seating for the people that are living here so they can like sit down and have their food. Then you've got to give them a place to make their food, which obviously you need one of these and an inductor fan so that they can cook. What you'll also need is a couple of sides for them to produce on, which I didn't bring any stone for because that's how professional I am. Let's grab those. Let's make a few of those. Okay, so once you're back up in there to make a little more of the kitchen area, just pop on a couple of those, then you can finish it off with the full blocks on either side. If you want, add some little flower pots and pop in a flower just to give it a little bit of extra detail, and you can pop a light on the other side. So it's a nice little seating area for them to be at. And then just whilst you're here, pop on a painting. It's not what I wanted. Why can't I place a painting here? What's this magic? What's this level of magic that's stopping me from placing a painting? There we go. Not the one I wanted, but it's the one we got. There you go. Nice and simple. They still got... Okay. We're not having a painting there. What we'll do is we'll pop the painting on this end. Right there. See? Wasn't that difficult now, was it? Then you go up into the bedroom. I sort of started this little bit. We're going to have the bed on an elevated layer. Just here. And then he can see out of the window there. You can leave that where it is. Then what you're going to want to do is grab your doors. I just took them away from that. Grab your doors. Pop a door there. Okay. Pop in an armor stand. And then you got a little place for you to keep like a closet type things are all in there. Nice and simple. We've got these two bands here because this had the andesite. That hasn't got anything in it. But there's a little closet area for you to keep things. What we can add up here is another flower pot with a flower and a little bit of lighting. Never goes amiss. Now I love to have lanterns normally, but because this is early game, you don't quite have those, but we do now have a bedroom. So there you go, you got a little closet for you to put your stuff on, a little bed area where you can still see out into the distance with a flower pot, nice little banding on it. Come down to your kitchen, your crafting table, nice picture, somewhere to sit. You can still look out from here or that side, and then you can go down into your storage and get everything that you'll need for the day before you go out and go on your merry travels. So we finished the interior, but with an exterior like something like this, you can't just leave it with the build on a flat piece of land. So I've gone around, I've terraformed, I've pushed stuff a little bit further back. There's still a lot more terraforming to do, but this is one of the skills that I also need improving on, is terraforming, because I do a lot of this where it's like one-up jumps, and I kind of like ish the shape. But but it doesn't look the best. The front still needs work, but I want to wait until we've got an actual pathing in the way. But there's now more space here, and there's this back bit which really doesn't have anything going on. So we're going to change this for the back. So one in, we're going to add a couple of these. Then we're going to add a few spruce slabs across here. Pop on these here. Then we're going to, not where I wanted to put it, do this across the back. Okay, you may think that's just such a short thing, it doesn't look good. But wait, okay. If you pop a couple of saplings or flowers, your choice, in here, then you bring this out with some trapdoors maybe, just like that, and then you sprinkle in some of the slabberoonies, and you can get rid of some of these back ones as well and change them for trapdoors. And you can change the orientation how you like. And then you bring this out to here. Bish bash bosh. Then what you can do is run across all of the back bits here with some of these. And then go through and just break off a couple here and there where you want to put some stuffs. Pop that there, that there. Then you've got a lot more space to add in some leaves. So pop it on, pop one there as if it's coming off the edge. Then you can move this. I'd love when I can't get the tool straight away. Just so it comes down. And just kind of play around with where exactly you're going to put everything on it. And it just adds sort of a nice little vibe to this area. Then get some more of these bad boys. And you have yourself a little pagoda area that you can walk into, grab some saplings, you can see up into the sky, and it just adds a little bit of detail to the back here. Very nice, very nice. And then the other thing you can do is just give yourself a simple little wheat field. That's all this is. We've got some slabs in here for the water, just so it doesn't flow underground as well, underneath all of this. And it's just sort of a messy field is all it is. But it's still got a little walkway between sides to come to the little apiary thing that I just made. But yeah, I think this looks superb. And it means that early game, you've got a little farm and it's just sort of eclectic all over the place. But it just adds that sort of normal feel to it, because having strips and strips of farms, as much as it may be more effective, don't look as good as having something that's just a little bit of a controlled chaos. That's what we'll say it is. A little bit of a controlled chaos. It just looks far superior, in my opinion, to just lines of farms. Now the other thing you can do is just sort of run through with a bit of bone meal, get rid of any flowers that pop up, and just have a bit of grass around. A little bit, not too much, is always going to make your exterior just have a little bit more life in it than if you were to just leave it as plain old grass on the floor and no actual extra shrubbery. Okay, the shrubbery is what brings just that added life. I mean, look at that compared to what it was before. Excuse me, Leaf. Compared to what it was before, it adds a lot, even though your exterior may not look the best like mine here. It adds a lot to just have this sort of thing. And you want to be a little bit selective with it, but still have a fair amount. So as I said, go around, you can get rid of most of the tall grass and then just leave little snippets everywhere just to add a little bit more to the build. So just out here, you can make a little workstation area, and a trick if you're using this armor stand statue thingy I've got is to turn this stuff into, come on book, there we go, an item holder. So show arms, yes. Then you want to pop in a hoe, would probably be your best bet. Then go back into the book, and if you find the one that says tool rack, it will do that, and it will hang your item for you. And then just go to credits, 1 back, 2 back, and lock, and then it's locked in there, and that's now hanging up there. Pop in a what's this called, composter. You're sorted on that. Then grab yourself some extra wood, a barrel, a few, make a crafting table. There we go. Pop this into here, grab your barrels, just sort of layer them on in there, and why not, let's actually put it here, pop that there, and a barrel there. So now you've got a little area that he can come in and just throw his stuff in. You could leave your seeds and that sort of stuff in here from where you've been doing your crops, and that's all sorted. And that is now the exterior interiorized, because you've put stuff that commonly would end up on the inside, some barrels, that sort of stuff. Plus then you've incorporated outside-esque things into the interior, into the exterior even, to just give it an even better look and feel. And as you go, you can just terraform more and more to make it even better, like I need to with this front. So there we go. That is 3 different room interiors: the storage, the living room, and the bedroom, plus 4 tips for your outside of your house to make them look better. I mean, this has come along so well as a house on its own. All it needs now is its pathing in the front, which we will get to. We just got to figure out the village itself first. But I mean, I think this has come along very nicely. Even just the grassy bits are very nice. And even on the interior, we've got some amazing little bits that kind of just add some story to the build and just make it that little bit better. Even up here, which is quite plain, we've still got this here to make it just add a little bit extra detailing. So that is the end of today's build theory. I love all of your faces. I will see you in the next one. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Goodbye.